Hello and welcome to the Hermit Lab. This class is called One and Done, JIP. There are 11 sections in the Journey into Power sequence, and we'll be taking one pose from each of the sections and holding it for 5 breaths. There she is. Hi, March. So yes, welcome to your space, my space, One and Done, JIP, Journey into Power. This class is totally inspired by a class I just took from Africa Yoga Project. Find me in Downward Facing Dog. We're starting off with the integration series. Take all the wiggles and the cracks and the kinks you need to work out. The integration series is all about, big surprise, getting integrated, finding your body, finding yourself in space. I took 5 very deliberate breaths here just to keep myself on my own pace. But you breathe as you need to and as you want to. Tap into your body, into sensation, into your roots, your foundation. Look forward, slide forward to a high plank pose. We're in the awakening series now. Shift the weight over to your right hand. Take your left arm high for side plank. Take any variation you like. I kept it pretty simple. The awakening series is where you find your sun salutations as well, but knowing that I was going to just hold a single pose, I went for this one. Hopefully you feel your heart rate kind of quickening. Come through center, find high plank, optional flow here, chaturanga to an upward facing dog, send it back, downward facing dog, and then right away glide back forward, high plank, swivel over to the left, lift your right arm high, vashisthasana, side plank on the other side. In the Africa Yoga Project class I just took, we held a pose from each section for 10 breaths, and I loved that it was so simple. Find your high plank pose, chaturanga to your upward facing fill, and your downward facing dog. Moving on, eyes forward, step your right foot between your hands, inhale to rise up to warrior 2. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior. We're now in the vitality series. Extended side angle, come forward. Yeah, the vitality series, I think, is one of the longest sections. There's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of transitions, a lot of poses. It's very vibrant. Calls upon a lot of strength in the legs. Find your vitality here. Come through high plank, find your chaturanga, inhale to your up dog, send it back, downward facing dog. We'll go right to the second side. Left foot step, spin the back foot down, open up warrior 2, sink. Let's flip it and reverse it to get a big side stretch and then bring all that space forward with you, extended side angle. Take any variation of your choice, but be here for a deliberate number of breaths. Make each one count. Eyes down, hands to your mat, high plank to low plank. Stretch it up, dog. Take it back, downward facing dog. Look forward, make your way to the top of the mat. Halfway lift and forward fold when you get there. Sweep it all the way up, tall mountain, reach high. Hands to your heart and stand. Arms by your side. Moving into equanimity, I chose tree pose. This is the balancing section. Right foot to the inner left leg somewhere. Feel free to make it your own or keep it really simple. There are also a lot of balancing postures in this series, and I went with the most grounding, in my opinion. Keep your eyes steady. And step it down. We'll just change to the other side. Left foot finds the inside of your right leg. And welcome to your equanimity, your balance. Finding hand to hand, foot to leg, and back again. And step 2 feet down. Inhale your arms all the way up overhead. Step to the long side of your mat. Open up to a wide straddle. Hands to your hips, preparing to fold. We're headed into the grounding series now. Hands to the floor. Get another breath in, lengthen the spine, and then walk your hands back, or any other variation of Prasarita Padottanasana that you like. The grounding series is to kind of get you back on 2 feet, connected to your legs and your foundation again after balancing before we get down to the floor. So I chose this posture today because it's symmetrical. You can scrub your heels away from each other. Feel the backs of the legs really yawn open. Inhale to a halfway lift. Hands at your hips. Rise all the way back up. Take the arms out to a T. We're coming to the back of the mat. Ready? Okay. Perfect. Turn to the top. Inhale, rise all the way up tall. Dive down, forward fold. Looking forward, halfway lift. Crawl your way to a downward facing dog. Eyes forward, make your way to your knees. Sitting up nice and tall, we're headed into the igniting series, which is our back bends. I chose camel posture today. Hands can stay at low back or on your heels. Puff your heart up, drop your head off, and try to keep your hips above your knees, really opening the entire front body for Ustrasana. Keep your eyes open and your breath steady. Return yourself back up through center. Plant your hands in front of you. Cross your ankles. Have a seat. We're headed into stability. This is the abdominal work section. Find a variation of boat pose that works for you, Navasana. And take your 5 breaths. In all honesty, I really tend to skip this section completely when I teach and when I practice. I'm not really interested in core work anymore. I feel like I've spent a lot of my life doing abs and I just don't want to do them anymore. But it's here in the sequence to re-knit everything after back bends. We're headed into the opening series. Come on out and we're going to take frog pose. This is our hip opening section. Find the long side of your mat. Spread the knees wide, heels right behind your knees, flex the feet. And I encourage you to find your chest to connect somewhere. Even if your hips are high, you might surprise yourself. That resting the chest down is not only accessible, but it's comfortable. Plant your hands, start to make your way up and out of this. We'll meet in a seat. Send your legs long in front of you. Headed into the release section. Arms rise up, forward fold. Take Paschimottanasana. Get length and then bow into yourself. So the release section is the follow-up after opening for your hamstrings. I know breathing deeply can be a little challenging here in folds, so just be methodical about it. Just be intentional, breathing in and out on purpose. Look forward, rise all the way up to a seat. I'm going to bring you down to your back for shoulder stand, the rejuvenation series. This is your inversion section. We'll just be taking shoulder stand. Keep your eyes on your toes and continue to support your hips with your hands. Also tricky to breathe here. Start to soften the knees toward you. Arms extend. Use your palms as a little brake system to take your feet down. And then we've come to deep rest. Extend your legs long. Let your arms fall away. And big surprise, I've chosen Shavasana. Let the limbs fall away and let the breaths be just as long and just as intentional, just for today. An active rest, if you will. Find the back of your head, side to side, fingers, toes. Get a full body stretch, arms long, point through the feet, and make your way over onto one side for a breath in and a breath out. Come on up to a comfortable seat. Find your anchor points, shoulders heavy, ears getting gently tugged up skyward. And find hands together at heart center. Together, take a big breath in. Open the mouth. Sigh out. Thumb knuckles rise up to third eye center. Know that any time spent with yourself is time well spent. Take a bow. Really nice work. Awesome. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. One and done. Take care, and I'll see you next time.